Kemsing on the Kent Downs line, and it's indeed this line I'm investigating today. I'm travelling from here down to Ashford International and then following the line back, stopping at some of my favourite stations along the way. So come and join me as we investigate the Kent Downs line. So as we get going, here's a little potted history of the Kent Downs line. The line was completely opened in 1884 by the London Chatham and Dover Railway. It originally terminated at Ashford West, but when the line was taken over by the South Eastern and Chatham Railway in 1899, the terminus was moved to the current station. It gained the name the Maidstone line at this time. It was electrified from London to Maidstone East in 1939 via a third rail by the Southern Railway, but it wouldn't be until 1961 that the rest of the line down to Ashford would also be electrified.
Safety and security, CCTV is in operation on this service. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sort it.
At time of filming, passenger services are provided by Class 377 electric multiple units.
We will shortly be arriving at Hollingbourne. Would customers please note that you cannot alight from the rear two coaches as this station has a short platform. Please ensure you are travelling in the correct direction.
The line from Kemsing to Ashford was adopted by the Kent Community Rail Partnership in 2020 and subsequently renamed the Kent Downs Line. Okay then, I've just done a vlog at Ashford and that will be up fairly shortly. Ashford's a lovely station. It used to be, hopefully will be again, an international station, but very vibrant. And as I say in my video, just make sure you do clear it with the station supervisors and they're more than happy to let you film. Anyway, I'm on this train now, which is going to take me back to Kemsing, and our first station stop is going to be Charing. My first stop here along the Kent Downs line is the lovely station of Charing. I'm sure you're not going to be disappointed with this one. Let's have a little look around. And as you walk along platform 1 back to the bridge, which will take you over to this lovely little station building, is this equally lovely waiting shelter. Not a lot of these around on the network these days, so always a pleasure to see something like this. Let's have a little look inside it. That's a nice original brickwork. And this has been very well looked after, the valance and indeed the ironwork as well. Very well looked after here at Charing. Not a surprise, as of course this line is looked after by the Kent Community Rail Partnership, and more of them as I go along the line. There's London's Rail and Tube Services, but from over here you will get a very good view at that charming little station building. Let's go over and have another quick look at it. And if you've seen many of my videos, I'm a stickler for a view over a bridge, and this one is pretty exceptional, showing you the line heading towards London Victoria eventually. That's charming, isn't it? And stepping on here at platform 2, I'm now in front of the main station building, and a very well looked after station, or shall I say platform valance. Lovely ironwork, still being looked after very well. And that is exceptionally clean. I mean, probably one of the cleanest I've seen for a while. And there is the ticket office, and it is indeed open, so let's have a look. And this is the main booking hall. As you can see, lots of railway memorabilia around the ticketing desk or ticket desk. Fantastically well maintained. And how about this for some seating in a waiting area? Even a desk. Great to see that the toilet facility is still maintained here at Charing. We've also got a fantastically huge lending library now. I mean, it was big before, but now it's absolutely massive. Plenty of railway memorabilia everywhere around this station. It's fantastic to look at. Some more down there. And some other bits of memorabilia just there. As you go further along platform 2, there's another planter here. Heath Farm School, Ashford. College students with support from the Kent Community Rail Partnership, Charing Parish Council and the Community Rail Network. Community Rail networks across the country do fantastic work looking after your stations. So if you get some time, it's nice if you could lend a hand for a couple of hours. There's always looking for volunteers. So look on their website, the Community Rail Network website, and see if there's one near you. I have to say, on a brilliantly crisp and sunny winter's day, there's nothing better than being in a railway station. And Charing is a very good station for the Enthusiast. As you can see behind me here, going through the station, there's a lovely little curve around towards Ashford International. If I spin you around here though, you'll see a fantastic view as it goes towards Maidstone. I always encourage people also to look up when they're at a station, and I don't know whether you can actually see that, pick that one out. I might be able to get a better one here actually, there you go. Some lovely traditional lights. I know they've got LED lights in there now, but it really makes the station look very traditional, and I do appreciate the effort that's gone into keeping these in situ. This is something I like though. This is an original window, and they could have really have done something with that. They could have replaced it or boarded it up or whatever. But no, they've taken the time to keep it. There's another little one here. Again, that could have been got rid of or replaced with a UPVC, but they've taken the time to look after it, which is fantastic. And even up here, well, it may not be an original lamp, it may be an original lamp, but it keeps in the style of the station. And full credit to the people who have looked after this station. I'll come back up here on the footbridge opposite platform 1, and ahead of me you can see what used to be one of the old sidings here at Charing, and the Kent Community Rail Partnership in association with Network Rail and South Eastern are beginning to change this, and it's also been also with help from Heath Farm School. It's going to be a sensory garden, and I think that's a fantastic project. Why not make use of a little bit of derelict land and make it into a sensory garden? It will certainly give a lot of brightness to this station, and I thank Mark, the station supervisor, for advising me about it. I wish them well, and hopefully I'll see it in the future. I don't think this will come out very well on camera, but there is indeed, made out of some stones here, Charing on the side of this bank when you're in the car park area of the station. And from the top of this car park you can look down at the magnificence of Charing railway station. Very well looked after station on the Kent Downs line. But anyway, let's continue our journey now, and we're going to go off to Harrietsham. Okay, so now I've arrived at Harrietsham, and as you can see there, the lovely station building. We'll have another better look at that when we're over on platform 2. But Harrietsham is quite a remote station, but it does seem to have, look at that balance, it does seem to have a lot of extra charm to it, because it does have some original buildings here, which have been very well looked after. Much like Charing, the smaller waiting shelter is still intact here at Harrietsham and is very well looked after with a replacement valance there. And the same can be said of this one on platform 1, which is the way towards London. You've got a fairly small car park here at Harrietsham. There is the very charming station building. This is the reason why I like it. It may not be open all the time, but what a beautiful example of a station building that's been very well kept, very well kept. There's actually a nursery that's in the second half of the building there on the left-hand side. On the outside here, just near the entrance, is a information board for the Kent Community Rail Partnership. As I say, I've spoken around that, and of course very well worth having a look at their website, which I've listed in the description below. As you'd expect, the booking hall is very well looked after. The ticket desk is to your left as you walk through the main entrance, as well as some leaflets. As we look up, it's a fantastic vaulted ceiling which awaits us. There's some seating and a small lending library. Overall, a small but very well maintained booking hall. The only one other thing I would say here about Harrietsham is it's got this incredibly modern footbridge, which is okay. I've got no problem with it, but it is a big juxtaposition with the original lovely station building there. But at least there is a way across, of course, but not accessible. There is a way onto platform 2, though. It's just a short walk away, and I understand that there's no way you can put lifts in at every station. And of course, from the top of the bridge, you do get some fantastic views down onto the platforms. The station building there on your left, the lovely waiting shelter there on your right hand side, and views all the way up along the line to Maidstone. And as you get to the bottom, you will come across this second exit and entrance into the station. Now, what I didn't realise, or what I'd forgotten about, is the fact that this has got steps, so not truly fully accessible, I would say. It would be nice to see, say, a ramp come up from that point there. I don't think that would be too difficult, but it's all money, I know, at the end of the day. But it would be nice to see if they could get that done at some point. And from over here on platform 2, you get a very good view of that lovely station building, which is so nice to still see being here. There's so many buildings that we've lost on the network. Always a pleasure to see an original building still standing and being used as well. I mean, as I said, that place on the right hand side is now a day nursery, and the ticket office is open during the morning rush hour. A quick look in the waiting shelter shows you that they have got some very nice ironwork The roof has been very well looked after. There's a small seat there. Brickwork's very well maintained. You can see as here would have been where there would have been some windows, but they were bricked up a very long time ago. Link is in the description below from my full video here from this station, which includes the station history. But overall, it's a very nice station. It's a very nice little village, and very good views for the Enthusiast. So that concludes my quick stop here at Harrietsham. I'm now going to get back on my train up towards Hollingbourne. Okay then, welcome to Hollingbourne, and this is the site of a fantastic community rail project which has opened in the last few years. So let's go and have a little look at what they've done to this station building. The station building here at Hollingbourne has undergone a massive transformation in the last few years. As part of a community rail project, it was totally gutted and reinstated as a community cafe. Let's go in and have a look around. The interior of the cafe is incredibly well maintained, as you would expect. There's a great supply of cakes, pastries and biscuits, and you can also order hot food as well. And of course, hot and cold drinks are readily available. There is some memorabilia on the far wall, as well as this diorama. The small back room is where you'll find the toilet, as well as some more memorabilia. As you exit this room, on the left hand side there's this lovely diagram of Hollingbourne which has been put onto the wall. Well, I'm sure you'll agree that's a fantastic community rail project, and one which I'm very proud to have vlogged a lot of times in the past. It certainly seems to be busy, and that is a credit to all the people and all the volunteers, indeed, who are in there running it. But of course, the station is more than just the community rail project. It is here and serves its purpose. So let's go and have a look around and see exactly why I think this is one of my favourite stations along the Kent Downs line. And as you come out of the cafe, if you look across to platform 2, you will see a fantastic waiting shelter which has been repainted and renovated with the help of South Eastern and Network Rail. Like most of the stations along the line, they really do like looking after not only the main station buildings, but also the auxiliary buildings on the other platforms. And it goes without saying, the brickwork, the valance and the general ironwork is of very high quality here and very well maintained. Also here on platform 1 you'll see this lovely wooden planter. Unfortunately, the ticket office is no longer here at Hollingbourne. However, there is an electronic ticket machine. The outside of the station has a fairly small car park. And here's a look at the exterior of the building. Very well maintained as you'd expect. And a pleasure, as always, to be here. As you approach the western side of the station, you will see the footbridge, and if you notice these things on the left hand side, these are cycle rails which enable you to go up and down over the bridges quite easily with your cycle. These have now been fitted to all the stations on the Kent Downs line, and they are a fantastic addition and certainly make the line very accessible indeed. And as you go up onto this footbridge and look around, you will see a fabulous view which goes down towards Harrietsham. But of course, it is the best way to get a view of that fabulous renovated station building. What a credit to the Kent Community Rail Partnership and indeed the local community to get this up and running, and a success yet again. You have this walkway entrance to platform 2. And fabulous views, as I've always said, across to this fabulous station building. But let's have a little look at this shelter, which I must say is also a fantastic renovation. Attached is a dot matrix display, and as you can see, very nice ironwork, brickwork, and there's a little bench there to sit in. It may be open to the elements, but I'm so glad that they've taken the time and trouble to restore this rather than replace it with a bus-style shelter. I hope you agree with me that Hollingbourne is a fantastic community rail project and one that is being successful, which is very, very good to see. I hope also you can see why I rank this as my number 1 station along the line. Let's hope it can only go from strength to strength. Anyway, I'm now going to head on to platform 1 and carry on my journey up the line. Okay, so now I've managed to make it to Maidstone East. Maidstone being the county town of Kent. There are plenty of old style buildings here. This one here now is very nicely been done into a coffee shop. And I've come out this side entrance because I want to go up this side to show you the front of the building, which has a very unusual piece of architecture in front of it. So on top of the main concourse of the station, as I pan round, you'll see a very modern frontage, but the thing you want to see here is the dinosaur. There is a lot of dinosaur finds being made around this area, and they wanted to commemorate that with a little bit of a statue here, so very unusual. You won't see many of them on the network. And we've come down that road there from that area where the dinosaur is, and followed it onto platforms 3 and 2. Some nice old architecture here. It's one of the main reasons why I do like it. It's still quite good. And there's platform. There's the view over to the bridge. There's a cycle hub here as well, which is nice to see. And views over to the older station building as well on that side, which has the coffee shop in. And that is the London-bound side, of course, on the other side. And there's a view down there now into the tunnel, which carries you down to Ashford and through into the modern concourse station building there. You've got some very modern displays up there. There is a sign there saying the step-free access to the platforms. But there's also a way down there onto the forecourt. And there is the booking hall. I'll point out as you're going down from that booking hall, look at the roof here on this canopy. Lovely to see it being well looked after. This is one of the reasons why I like Maidstone East. It is still a traditional looking station. They've got some modern buildings here, as you've seen out the front, but they do also look after their heritage very well. I think that's fantastic. One thing I have noticed here on platform 1 are these, what I assume are going to be nice little planters in the shape of a steam train, which I think is quite good. They're not been filled yet. There's one here and one just at the end of the platform. If anyone knows who's put them there, I mean, are they part of the Kent Community Rail Partnership? I don't know. I would imagine it's in conjunction with perhaps a local school or craft. Again, put it in the comments below, but they always brighten up the stations. It's something so simple, but so effective. Platform 1 also has a bike rack and also a bike repair stand. I've seen these a few on the South Eastern network, and they're quite handy to have, aren't they? Some of you may be surprised that I did pick Maidstone East, but I do think it's got its own charm. It's a mix of modern and old, and I think that makes it excellent. Plus, there is brilliant views to be had coming in and out of the station, so for the enthusiast, providing you get the permissions, it's a fantastic station to be at. Anyway, let's carry on our journey to our last station we're going to visit now, and that's West Malling.
Any passengers leaving us at the next station are boarding on Kemsing, please make sure you are within 106 coaches of the patron train, as the doors will not open in the rear 2 coaches. At the next station, Bath, at Kemsing, due to short travel. If you are unsure to head forward in the same direction, train travelling is just moving.
Welcome to West Malling, another lovely little station here which has become quite huge or is used quite a lot, I should say, over the past 20-30 years with the advent of the Kings Hill development. Let's go and have a little look round. As that 375 departs on its way down to Ashford, let's have a quick look at what's happening on platform 1, and you'll see immediately there's a dot matrix display and this fabulous station building which is being kept in very good order, and that's probably because of all of the developments down at Kings Hill. Moving a little bit down further on platform 1, you're going to see quite an original footbridge. It's painted up now in the southeastern colours, taking you over to platform 2. Unfortunately, there's no original station buildings over on platform 2. It's all modern shelters, but it is being well looked after, and you can see there's a ticket machine over there. I will go over there shortly so we can have a better view of this station building to my left. And what a lovely rail bridge this is. Gives you a very good view, or a fairly good view this side. That's heading towards Ashford, and this side a very good view of the station building on the left hand side there, and views going on towards London Victoria eventually. Nice to see this traditional footbridge is being looked after. As I saw in Harrietsham, there's a very modern looking footbridge there, but there's some good renovation work being done on this one, so very good to see. Let's make our way down and have a good look across to the main station building. Although there are no original station buildings this side on the platform, you do have this fairly old milepost marker, which hasn't been removed, as is in a fairly good condition considering it's open to everybody walking past, and obviously the elements. And just past the bike rack there is another entrance to the station, which will also take you to a useful help point. The booking office is very well appointed. There's a modern departures board. And through this door you can see a lovely little waiting room and the toilets. This is where the coffee shop used to be. Various posters are on the wall, including the obligatory onward travel information poster. The car park is over there, and out the forecourt here is a taxi rank with, I noticed some new planters have just gone in. Here's another look at the back end side of the station. There's still a telephone kiosk there. Up here is a plaque to George Orwell. I'll let you read that. As you can appreciate, this canopy here is very well maintained. That's the entrance to the booking hall. And as I mentioned, here would be where the West Malling coffee shop is. That's not open at the moment. I'm here in the afternoon, but I'm assured that it is open in the morning for all the commuters, which is great. I must admit, I do like a station that's got a coffee shop. I think they always do pretty well. I think next door to that, from what I remember, well, I think that used to be the library, but now that looks very empty to me. And in fact could even be a private dwelling. I'll have to look back on my videos. I am going to leave links to all the videos I did on this line a few years ago in the video description below, so if you want to check those out, because they do have proper mini histories of all the stations and a more in-depth view of the station as well, so I'd advise you check them out if you really want to know more about all the stations along the Kent Downs line. So that's the end of my visit here to West Malling, and I'm sure you'll agree it's a very pretty station which is going to be kept in good order because of that Kings Hill development. I'm going to get back on the train now to Kemsing, where I'm going to wrap the day up.
Shortly be arriving at Kemsing.
So then now I'm back at Kemsing, and it's been a fantastic day along the Kent Downs line. The stations along this line from Ashford International up to here at Kemsing are partly owned by the Kent Community Rail Partnership. They do an awful lot to help maintain these stations and are always looking out for volunteers, so if you can, have a look at the website, which I've left in the description below, and I'm sure they'd love to hear from you. The stations along this line are fantastic, and I advise you in any weather, but especially in the spring or summer, to come out and take a look at some of the work that has been done by the Community Rail Partnership to make these stations look absolutely fantastic. So that's it from me. If you've enjoyed this video, then please like, comment and subscribe, and if you can, Get out there, get on the railway and see where it takes you. Thanks very much for watching.